Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. I just want to say thank you to you new members that came in over the weekend. I'm excited to work for you guys. I'm excited to create for you guys. And I've got a new video coming out either tonight or tomorrow, so look out for that and look out for much more of that going forward. So, right into today's message, I want to talk about your intuition and sharpening it up and activating, turning on your internal guidance system because really that's what all of this is about. This is not about going to listen to channelers and healers and anyone else bringing in this cosmic awareness and cosmic knowledge because you can access that same energy that they are and have that message be directed towards you personally. And then in turn, you spread that and help others do the same. So that's the goal here. We're all here to learn from our own team and to do it in real time. But the intuition is tricky to put a pin on because it comes and goes so fast. And a lot of times it comes when we're actively doing something, when we're busy, when we are out and about. So it comes in and we take a look at it and then it just kind of flies by. But there are ways where you can make it stick around a little bit longer and also engage yourself so that when the message does come in, you know where it's coming from and then you can sit and elaborate on that message and get a more detailed look at what message came through for you. And there are many ways to do this, but first let's talk about slowing that message down and how can we recapture that message if it does come and go so quick. Because a lot of times the message will come in and we just begin to process it and then it's gone and it doesn't stick. But what we can do is dedicate ourselves to first recognizing when that information is coming from somewhere else. And the biggest issue is that your ego is going to try to tell you that that information came from the mind, especially if you're busy out doing stuff and there's a lot of other distractions. It's going to come through, ego is going to say, wow, that's an interesting thought, it came from your mind, and throw it away for you. And you barely have a chance to look at it. You barely have a chance to analyze it, and let alone apply it to your life and anything else you have going on. So, in the days ahead, as our inner workings start to get flushed out and things start to come back online and we get a little bit clear of the fog that's kind of been hanging around us, keeping things out, I challenge you to really slow yourself down and dedicate yourself to recognizing when the download comes, when the information, when your stomach tingles, when something somewhere is trying to show you something about the situation you're in, or maybe even something that you need to relay to someone else. Because that's where the real satisfying work comes in. It's when you have someone that you love or even a stranger that you don't know where you receive information for them and you can give them a little piece of advice that's going to help support them and make their life better. That's what we all want to do. We want to be of service not only to ourselves and creating the best life for us, but in doing so we want to improve the livelihood of everybody here. And what better way to do that than give them unfiltered, unconditional love and support from the other side? I can't think of anything better than that. And honestly, when I make these videos, I make them for me. At least that's how it started. But I knew that as soon as I sat down in front of this camera and started to document my own personal experience, that I was going to start receiving messages through myself to relay to others who need to hear the message. That's just kind of how it works. But you don't always have to be in a situation where you're on camera talking to people. Okay, that's just completely optional. But at this stage in your ascension process, if you're not journaling and logging and documenting your feelings, your energetic presence, your own personal frequency and vibration, you might want to stop and take a look at doing that. Because here's what it does. When Spirit knows that if they send you down a piece of information and you are able to then recognize it and document it, that they can start giving you more complex messages because you recognize that it's coming from somewhere else, that it's coming from your guidance system. As in your guides, your higher self, your own personal team, information that's tailored for you to improve your life better. And this can be little things like turn left, not right, or eat that, don't eat that. It's not all world-changing, paradigm-shifting stuff. It's little details about your life and your own personal situation that you deserve to have, honestly. That's why you came. You came to turn that on. And if your team can start giving you direct, real-time, personal messages, then that's a complete game changer for you. Not only for you, but everybody else you come in contact with. Not only will you be more balanced and self-sufficient, that will rub off on everybody else, whether or not you choose to assist them with that information and that knowledge or not. It's just better for everybody. It creates the energy of opportunity for others to find that own guidance system within themselves. So when you decide to start documenting and logging and taking notes, anytime you feel the slightest bit of information that you feel, maybe you even have, you're not sure, you just have a little bit of a suspicion that it came from somewhere else, I guarantee you, if you get a notepad, write it down, by the time you finish that sentence, your guidance team is going to be so excited that you recognize that information coming in, that as your pen is on the pad, they're going to start giving you more, and giving you more, and giving you more. And pretty soon you won't need to write it down. You'll just automatically know where the information is coming from because you've exercised that muscle to the point where it just fires and operates the way that it's supposed to, the way that it was designed to. Now, if you're walking throughout your day and you don't feel like you're picking up anything, you may have to really do some work and put your ego in check, because you are. Every single person on this planet is. Every single one of them. But it takes a dedicated, skilled professional, as you are, to not only recognize when that's coming in, but also to enjoy the process of expanding that skill. Because it is a skill. It is something that you've worked on for a very long time. And it's such a subtle little poke sometimes that it's really impressive when you see someone who can just let it flow, live stream information, and that's where you need to be. That's where you deserve to be, honestly. So a few things you can do to exercise that muscle is, if you don't feel like if you're getting the information during the day, you don't feel like something's coming to you, or maybe you do and you just want to sharpen yourself. I would challenge you to get a pen and pad, sit down at a desk, and just start writing. First thing that pops into your head, start writing. First thing that your mind goes to, write it down in detail, everything you can describe about what you're seeing, and don't judge it. Don't judge what's coming through, because usually that's what you're going to do initially. But let yourself get deep. Let yourself go for 10 or 20 minutes just writing, just being clear, being present, and seeing what comes from it. And if this is something that you practice all the time, you're going to be able to sit down and just start writing, and it's going to be your own personal little channeling session. The information is going to be tailored for you and what you need to do to get yourself to where you want to go. Or beforehand, ask that a message for the collective come through, and you can then write that down, log it, whatever you need to do. Automatic writing is a skill that is desperately needed in this time because of its purity, because of the clarity that it can provide. And I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people in my life that could use some clarity. So take a lot of pride in who you are, the work that you came to do, and train yourself, sharpen yourself to the level that a professional athlete would. An Olympic sprinter is just dedicated to that craft to the point where they are unshakable in their confidence and what they can do with their abilities, to the point where no energy, no being, no soul in this universe can tell them that they aren't fast, that they can't finish that race, because they know they can, because they put in the work. Every channeler, every healer, every intuitive that you see out there doing this work has put in countless hours dedicated to sharpening their craft, working those intuitive muscles to the point where they are so recognizable and distinguishable between the ego, the mind, and the soul that they just walk throughout their day connected, protected, anything you want to do anytime, because there's no worry, there's no survival. Why would you need to be in a state where you're in survival if you've got that guidance system online? It's a game changer. It's the end of the game. It's retirement from this paradigm. And it's something that I wish everybody could find, because it's there for you. I promise you it's there for you. And thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.